Hello, and welcome to the Opera Glasses podcast. I'm Michael Jones, your host, and today I'm really thrilled to be speaking with Nikan Ingabire Kanate, who was the first prize winner as well as the audience choice winner at the recent Center Stage competition hosted by the Canadian Opera Company. Nikan is from the Ottawa area, grew up in the Ottawa area, but she's currently in Philadelphia doing her Masters of Music in Opera at the Curtis Institute of Music. Nikan, welcome to Opera Glasses.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's a real pleasure to meet you. I was saying to you before we came on air, this is sort of full circle since the first one of these that I hosted a year ago was with the first prize and audience choice winner of last year's Center Stage competition. So I'm thrilled to be continuing in that because I really love to meet the next generation of singers, the next generation of real artists in opera. I start these by just having you tell me a little bit about yourself. How did you get started? Because I always think it's probably not every 10-year-old's dream to say, I'm going to grow up and become an opera singer. So how did this all start for you?
Well, as a child, I always loved singing. I would listen to the big pop divas and sing all around the house and drive my family crazy. And then in elementary school, I joined the school choir, and we did a concert at my local high school, de La Salle, in Ottawa. And they were hosting elementary school choirs from all over the school board. And at the end of the concert, we were all on stage, over 600 kids on stage, I think. And you could hear the high school singers in the back. And I remember turning around and just wanting to be like them one day. So I decided I was going to go to De La Salle, and I did the voice program there and decided to pursue it in university. And I did my undergrad at the University of Toronto. And now I'm at Curtis. I'm in my last year. It's hard to believe that I'll be done school for, if not forever, next year. It's quite exciting, actually.
That's very exciting. Now you're in the opera program at Curtis.
Yes.
What are you singing there?
So next semester we're doing La Passion de Simone by Saariaho. It's a contemporary opera on the story of the life of Simone Weil, and it's very interesting. I'm very excited for us to embark on this journey next semester. I've already started to learn the music for it, and yeah, it's going to be really cool.
I'm sorry, you'll probably have to enlighten our listeners and me for that matter. Simone Weil?
Yes, so she was a French philosopher. She was a very curious child, I will say. Like, she had a lot of big questions about, like, existential questions about life from a very young age, and she was always a little more tomboy and didn't really fit in with the girls. And she wrote a lot of books, and unfortunately she died very young at 34, I think, due to tuberculosis. So she had a very short life, but she really had an impact on her community.
That's interesting. That's interesting. And what role do you sing in the opera?
I sing Simone. So it's basically there's the role, well, the soprano solo, she's describing the life of Simone. So that's what I'm singing. And then there's a quartet of 4 singers and a chamber orchestra.
Oh, so it's a very small piece.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I don't actually know any work of his beyond Love from Afar.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a lot? Have you listened to a lot in preparation
of Saariaho's work?
Yes.
I actually didn't know too much about her. Last year I saw a triple bill at the U of T Opera, and they were doing, one of the 3 shows was by Saariaho, I don't remember the title, but she's new music is her specialty.
And obviously, I didn't even know enough to properly gender her, so she.
Yeah. Yeah, she was a Finnish composer. She passed away a couple of years ago.
Okay.
Hmm.
It's interesting because we don't have a lot of female opera composers, at least female known opera composers. Anna
It's true.
Sokolovich, who's Canadian and whose work you might know, but
Mm.
but recently she wrote for us that Opera Base listed her as the fourth most frequently performed female opera composer in the world. And
Oh,
so so we don't have a lot. Is it interesting or different for you to sing the music of a woman? Because I'm sure you don't get to do it very often.
no, that's true, and it's always a little more special, and you feel like you did your part, by showcasing works by underrepresented composers. So it's always a little more special.
That's wonderful. What other roles have you been singing at Curtis?
So last year we did this new production called The Comet Popea, and it was two operas happening at the same time, simultaneously on a rotating stage. And one side of it was Monteverdi's L'Incorazione di Popea, and the other side was The Comet, a new opera. And I was on the Popea side, so I was singing Fortuna and Ottavia.
That's wonderful. I think
Yeah.
that's really exciting. Have you been doing summer programs and things like that?
Actually, no. I took the summer off because I knew I was gonna have an extremely busy audition season, which turned out to be true. So I wanted to make sure that I had some time off over the summer before really getting back into it. And this fall has been so busy. I've been flying around every week or every other week for auditions, touring, or concerts, or yeah, it's been pretty hectic, but I'm at the end of it now.
You're at the end of it now. So
Yeah.
I know that you spent some time in Toronto. Are you allowed to say other places that you've been on your whirlwind passage?
Yes. So in September, I was in the finals for Chicago Lyric for the Ryan Opera Center, which was an incredible opportunity. And this is my first round of Young Artist Program auditions. So I was really happy that I even made it to the finals. And then I was in Toronto, and just this past weekend, I was part of the talent gala for l'Atelier Lyrique at l'Opéra de Montréal, and I won the audience prize award, so that was really special.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
That
Um,
would be two audience choice.
yes, I'm feeling the love from my home country. I
Well,
really am.
Well, I'm sure they're very deserved. When Joseph So, who reviewed the competition for Opera Canada, Joseph openly announced in his review that he had voted for you, so he
Oh.
certainly agreed with that. And I will say that both my partner and I were at the competition as well, and both of us voted for you. So
Thank you so much.
let's talk about the COC competition because it's a long process. So the first thing
Indeed.
you do is send in a tape. Is that right?
Yes. So those pre-screening videos are usually due at the end of August, and you send along a couple recommendation letters and just all your information along with two videos. And then you get an invite for an in-person audition. And they usually do an audition tour in, I think, four different cities. They'll go to Vancouver, Calgary, I think, Montreal, and Toronto.
And
And
where did you go for your in person?
I came back to Toronto.
You came back to Toronto. Let's talk
Yeah.
about your reps. So your videos. What did you send in?
Okay. I think I sent in Dis-moi que je suis belle from Thais by Massenet, and Porgi, Amor from Le Nozze di Figaro by Mozart. Yeah.
Those were the two.
Yeah.
And then you're in person in Toronto. When was it? When were you
It
here for that?
was, yes, it was the last weekend of September or third weekend of September, something like that. Like
You
that.
must have just flown in and out for that one. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, because I was already missing school and getting ready for a 2-week tour to Europe that was coming up in the first half of October. So and I had other auditions during this whole time too. So it was pretty hectic, but it all worked out in the end.
Did you have time to see friends when you were here,
I
or
did. I
you
did. I
did?
usually stay with my friends when I come to Toronto, and I make sure to do a little tour and see as many people as I can.
As many people as you can while still maintaining that you have to sing, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay,
So
and so for that round, what did you sing at the in person in Toronto in September?
yes. So I started with Depuis le jour from Louise, and then they asked for Porgi, amor from Figaro. And what else did I have on my list? Oh, I don't remember. I think I also had the Thais, Dis-moi que je suis belle on my list, Qu'il bel sogno, Puccini, things like that. But Depuis le jour and Porgi Amor ended up sticking because those are the two that I sang during the callback round. Porgi Amor was for the closed round for just the jury, and then Depuis le jour is the one I sang for the audience.
I know, I find it very interesting that they do a closed round just for the jury and then an open round,
Yeah,
as opposed to having you sing both arias in the open round.
yeah,
But let's talk about you spent the week in Toronto leading up to the competition, is that right?
yes.
So what comprised your week? What did you do?
So we had coachings with the staff at the in the ensemble studio at the Canadian Opera Company. We had voice lessons and coachings, and we had a session with the maestro to figure out tempi and all that stuff. And we had a meeting with the directors of the program and the directors of the company. Yeah, and then the day before the competition, that's when we met up with the orchestra and had a rehearsal in the hall, which was it was so special singing with the orchestra for the first time. I don't get to do it a lot, so it was really magical, especially to sing some of my favorite arias. So I and they were amazing, of course. And yeah, I got kind of emotional after I finished singing the first time. I was like, wow, I'm really here. Like, it's so strange having gone from sitting in the audience so many times and then being on the stage. Like, oh yeah,
You would have been
enjoyment.
in the audience at that hall often when you were a
Yes,
student, I would
yes.
think.
Hmm.
Did you know any of the other competitors for that night? Had you met them in advance?
Yes, Jackson Allen, one of the tenors. We overlapped for a year at Curtis, so last year I got to work with him, and he's really cool.
And he's the only one, though, that you knew. So did
Yeah, some of them we were mutual friends, like we knew of each other, but that was my first time really getting to know them.
and did you enjoy them? Did you actually have enough time to get to know them, or were your schedules so disparate?
We got to hang out a little bit at the Front Street location in between coachings and such. But yeah, when you're in competition mode like that, it's hard to like socialize too much, you know. So we gotta be careful with the voice and people get in the zone, you know. So, but everyone was super nice, and it's always nice with these things because you make new friends at the same time. And yeah, all the finalists were so talented, and I just felt so lucky to be there with them.
Well,
Truly.
that's wonderful. So the day of the competition, now I assume you were staying just across the road in the hotel that the
Yes,
POC
he had
used.
us at the Hilton, and that was really nice.
I'm sure it was very nice.
Yeah.
And your schedule for that day, what time did you have to be there that day?
Yeah, so the day started around 11:30
What,
for
that's a
the
long
for
day.
yeah. I'm sure some people started way earlier than that day, but the finalists we started at 11:30, and we had a dress rehearsal, so we each sang both our arias, and they rehearsed the overtures that they were doing as well for the orchestra. And then we took a little break and got into hair and makeup, which was so fun, having people do our makeup and do whatever we want with our hair, and everybody's outfits were just so stunning, and yeah, we all felt so glamorous.
Do you wear
So
the same outfit for the closed round as you did for the...
yes,
Okay.
yes, it actually goes pretty quickly. The closed round started at 5:15, and then I think the show started at 6:30 or something like that. So
So
it was
not
kind of
much,
like,
so no time to go home and relax.
no, no, but I think it was better that way because we were already like on a roll, and in the zone.
Is it different singing the closed round with no audience?
Mm, not really. I mean, I think I was a little more nervous with the audience, but I felt the love from my friends and family who were in the audience, so that really it 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 wiped all my worries as soon as I started singing.
So in the open round, you sang Depuis, jour from Louise by Charpentier, which is not an opera that is done very frequently as a complete
Yeah.
opera, although many sopranos certainly have that aria in their recital and concert repertoire. Have you looked at any of the rest of the role? Is it something that you're dreaming of?
And the music is really beautiful. I haven't worked on the rest of the opera, but I mean, I would love to sing the role one day if they ever do it anywhere, because like you said, it's not done very often. Yeah.
I think it was done at Aix-en-Provence this past
Yes, I
summer.
heard. Mhm.
So with in what looks like a very, very beautiful production.
Mhm.
So what roles are you really focusing on learning? Where do you see yourself, and what
Um
complete roles, as opposed to I'm looking at this aria? Are you looking at any complete roles?
at the moment I'm focusing on the Simone for the our production of La Passion de Simone. So that's the only like complete role I'm looking at right now. But of course, I have dream roles that I would love to sing one day. Manon is always at the top of that list. Violetta from La Traviata, that's always a dream role of mine.
I'm assuming the Countess, because you do Porgi, amor.
Yes, yes,
You do Soprano as well.
I do. So I got to cover the Countess at Curtis last season. So yeah,
Oh,
Countess
so
is
you've
on
learned
the
that
list.
role entirely then.
Yes. Hmm.
Well, good for you. That's
Yeah.
so there's another one. So the Countess
Yeah.
and Violetta. And
Hmm.
so at this point you're sort of leaning towards the lyric roles, maybe slightly darker, a little bit of coloratura, but not
Yes,
too loud.
exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's where my voice wants to go, and that's where the juicy stuff is. All the prima donna diva roles. That's what I like. That's
And
yeah.
are you a prima donna?
I think I am actually. Yeah.
Okay, good.
I can handle
And you
it.
own that status.
Yes.
Well, that's fabulous. That's fabulous. Do you have summer programs coming up this year, or any future plans that you can talk about at this time?
Yeah, I mean, I'm still doing some auditions for the summer, so it's still a little bit up in the air.
So I like to do a little bit of a speed round as we come to the end, just to help our listeners get to know you better and to
Sure.
know to watch for you in the future. So what was the first opera you ever saw?
Mm, Turandot.
Really? And where was
Yes,
that?
I saw it in Italy at La Fenice. It was with my choir in high school at De La Salle. We were on a tour to Italy. We were doing a competition in Florence, and then we went to Rome and Marostica, this little town, and Venice as well. We did our little tour. It was really fun. It was 3 weeks, and then we got to see Gironda at La Fenice. So it was
That's a really incredible first
yeah.
experience. So what did
Yeah.
you think when you first saw it? Was it immediate that this is what you want to do, or was it?
I think I knew that's what I wanted to do before that. And so that was just like, it made me dream even bigger, you know?
The first opera you saw in Canada?
Traviata at the COC. Yeah.
Were you already at University of Toronto at that point?
Yes, I think I was in my second or third year. Can't remember, but it was so beautiful.
Okay, and so that's when, now that role I know is one that you then said.
Yeah.
Had you already thought, "Ooh, I really like this role" before you saw it as well?
No, it was after. Well, yes, I had heard Sempre Libera, of course,
Of course.
but seeing the whole thing really made me fall in love with the role, and I would love to sing it one day.
Okay, some more questions just about you. So, coffee or tea?
Coffee, iced coffee.
Iced coffee. So
Mm-hmm.
lots of cream.
Yeah.
Lots of cream and a little bit sweet.
Yes.
And dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Do you
I'm
have?
allergic to cats.
Oh, you are.
Yeah.
Now, do you have a dog?
My dad does at his house, but I don't have a dog with me, no.
You aren't settled enough yet, probably.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
and it, you know, going across the border would make that challenging too. So,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
we'll wait till you're settled for that. What do you do to relax?
Ooh, binge a TV show.
Ooh, what are you watching now?
Right now, I'm at the last season of Shameless. That was my summer binge, the US version. Yeah, I love that show, and I felt myself get really attached to the characters, and they go through a lot of hardship, and yeah, it was
And
an emotional journey.
do you actually binge then? Like, do you watch multiple episodes in a row, or do you
Yeah,
like?
well, the past few months I haven't been able to do that. It's been like maybe I'll get one episode in a week or two if I'm lucky. But over the summer when I was taking time off, I could get through a few episodes in a day.
Well, it has been a real pleasure to meet you, Nikan. When is the role up in? When are you singing Maddie in Philadelphia at Curtis?
So La Passion de
Simone.
Simone,
Sorry, it is
yes.
Simone, not Maddie.
Yeah. So we opened La Passion de Simone on February 26th at the Philadelphia Film Center. And we're doing 2 shows. We're doing a Thursday evening show and a Saturday matinee.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
And so it is just the 2 shows. So you are both in both performances.
Yes.
Wonderful. Well, toy for that. And
Thank
for all
you.
of your future endeavors. I really, really look forward to watching your career as it goes forward.
Thank you so much. And thank you for having me on the podcast and taking the time to chat. It's been such a pleasure.
Once again, I'm Michael Jones for the Opera Glasses podcast. I've been speaking with Nikan Ingabire Kanate, who was the first prize winner and audience prize winner at the Center Stage competition as well. I just learned as the audience choice winner at Opéra de Montréal's recent gala. So congratulations to you. I'm sure that speaks volumes for what your future will look like.
Thank you so much.
Thank you to our listeners for joining us again. Please come back in another month or so. We'll have another episode. In the meantime, I would encourage you to look at Opera Canada magazine, to go to patreon.com to see all 65 years of our history, a full history of this art form in this country from February 1960 forward on our Patreon page at patreon.com/Opera Canada. And I would like to thank our newest Patreon member, Owen, with no last name, but Owen. So thank you, Owen, for joining us on Patreon. This has been the Opera Glasses podcast with Michael Jones. Thank you for listening.